Hello, welcome to today's session. Today we will be talking about how to score 5 in an AP Human Geography examination. So let's start with, first of all, what is an AP examination? Now, AP examination, commonly known as the advanced placement, is a college level or a university level examination. So what they are trying to do basically in the AP examination is to test the skills that a student must have while appearing for the examination. So basically, it is a much challenging coursework as compared to the coursework that you have done at the previous level. This again is one of the most widely accepted programs worldwide. So it's most widely accepted program worldwide. Okay. It provides you a level for your academic standing. So it talks about academic excellence and also helps you to prepare at a professional level. So this is why AP or advanced placement is considered a very important examination. Now, we will study why to prepare for an AP examination. When we talk about why to prepare for an AP examination, we have several reasons for it. Most of the students who appear for AP examination, out of a score of 5, most of the students tends to get a 4 or higher in AP examination. And there are around 35% of the students who appear in this examination tend to score 4 or higher in AP. Okay, the statistics shows that in 2012, okay, there were around 2 million students. These 2 million students at 18,000 schools, okay, in more than 115 countries appeared for AP examination, okay, and the total number of these students who cleared the examination were with a score of 4% or higher, nearly 35% in all. So we can say that these candidates applied for nearly 3,600 universities across the globe, and of these universities, they are spread out in around 60 countries or 60 nations in the world. So these nations and these studies show that these are the handpicked students who have worked for the best in the resource and they try to obtain the best in the examination. Now, what are the major benefits of appearing for the AP examination? The major benefits for appearing in the AP examination are, first of all, you will save 1 or 2 courseworks. Okay, so 1 or 2 courseworks will get less during your college studies. So for your college studies, you will be appearing for lesser number of courses. You will pursue or you can also pursue a double major. Okay, this program no doubt saves a lot of money because you will not be appearing for 1 or 2 coursework, so you will be saving the money for those courseworks. It helps you to become eligible for scholarships. Okay, so your probability to get a scholarship in college increases by 31% if you are a student who has cleared the AP examination. Okay, it also saves your living expenses because otherwise, if you are covering a course in say 3 years, and if you take 3 AP examinations, you can complete the course in might be 2.5 years. Okay, so this is how your living expenses, and you will be saving money by cutting on your tuition fees and cutting on your living expenses. Since you are cutting out your coursework, you have extra time to spend on extracurricular activities or co-curricular activities. Okay, the next is you also get a major academic boost. Since you are a AP scholar, you will get a number of scholarships and academic boost while in the college. So basically, most of the students I have heard of saying, should I take a AP examination or not? Okay, I might not get a good score. I might fail in the examination. The classes for the course are quite hard. which is not the reality. Okay. Most of the students, I could say more than 90% of the students who appear for examination get a score of 3 and higher. Okay, and 35% of the students get a score of 4 and higher. So the result in the AP examinations are quite good. Okay, most of the students who take a AP examination who are willing to save out the money, and like you can understand how much money would be saved. So here is a chart to help you understand the amount of money that you would be spending out. Okay, so in a 2-year work, you would be spending around 1200 to 1400 for 15-hour semester in 2 years. Okay, for state universities, it's 3600 to 4400, and in a private college, it increases from 12,000 to 18,000. So this lot of money is the amount you would be saving for if you are trying to appear for AP examination. Now, when you are appearing for human geography, since today's focus of the examination is human geography here are the following universities that would give you a college credit of 3 years if you clear the AP human geography. So these are some of the top universities you would tend to pursue after clearing AP human geography examination. Okay, so these universities are Texas A&M, Blair, TWU, University of Texas, Texas Tech, OSU, American State Universities. Okay, so there are other universities also who would be interested in getting a score from AP Human Geography. Now, let's know more about AP Human Geography. So this examination was introduced into 2000 and 2001. Okay, the examination is conducted by, as we all know, the College Board. College Board conducts the examination once a year. So it is a kind of course, it is a associated coursework that is equivalent to a semester-long introductory course of human geography at the college level. So it is, this examination is equivalent to one semester coursework for human geography introduction class. Okay, most of the years students go for planning and development. So those who are appearing for this course must be very profound in planning and development programs. Okay, these are the questions that are mainly focused. Most of the questions are applicative. There are 38 different AP examinations that are conducted in the month of May. Okay, and students typically opt for at least one, two, or three programs for AP in which they would appear. Human geography is one of those programs, and this clearing these examinations reduces your coursework for your future in your college level or university level. So now, in human geography, as we all know, there are 75 MCQ questions that are asked along with 3 free response questions. Okay, these 75 MCQs are based on the basic introductory syllabus of human geography that we will discuss now. And to score a good in the 3 free response questions, which are judged by a large team of professional geographers, there are few techniques. So first of all is try to be precise and write an answer which is to the point. Okay, do not move here and there around the main issue to just to increase the length of the answer, or to write something which won't be given adequate number of marks. Since free response questions try to understand your writing skills, it's very important that you write the answers in a very systematic form. And how can you generate that systematic form? It can be in form of writing in bullets, okay, or numbers. So answer should be point wise. It should be properly arranged. Okay. If possible, try to enrich your answers with the help of maps wherever possible, because geography, the main essence is map. If you are trying to plot something on the map, that means you have a very good knowledge on that topic, and you can even express it in visual forms. So if you can draw maps or diagrams on relevant topics for a free response question, that would help you generate very, very good marks. Okay, since it is judged by a large team of professional experts, we suggest that you try to make your answer as scientific as possible. Rather than writing in a layman's language, try to use scientific terminologies which are part of the coursework. Okay, so these are the basic methods in which you can score good in free response question. Now let's move on to multiple choice questions. We suggest that you try to attempt maximum number of multiple choice questions. Most of the multiple choice questions you can attempt is by two basic methods. First is negation method. Okay, under negation method, if you have A, B, C, D, and E, 5 choices, you feel C, A, and E cannot be the answer. That means you are negating these three or eliminating these three choices. Okay. Since you are eliminating, the only options can be from B and D. So your probability to get a correct answer increases. Okay, so that is one way of scoring good marks in multiple choice questions in AP examination. The other good method is hiding the answer. Most of the students, what they do, they know the content, but just because they see the choices, they get confused. Okay, so to remove that confusion, what is important is just read the question and hide the choices. Okay, and then say what should be the answer. Once you know what is the answer, just try to go through the choices, and then of those choices pick out the one that is most suitable. Okay, so these are the two basic techniques that you must use while attempting the MCQ questions in AP examination. So this is not only restrained to just AP Human Geography or for even for free response or MCQs, but this is a kind of general guidelines for any AP examination that you would be appearing. Now, Bailey, in his research in 1997, gave one of a very interesting findings where he said that it is quoted here that in 2004 and 5, more than 14,000 students appeared for AP Human Geography examination. Okay, so there are no large number of students who are nowadays trying to shift from other branches to Human Geography, and the number is growing at a rate of around 10% per year. So you can see an increase in the students who are appearing with Human Geography optional per year to an increase of like from 14,000, the students would be increasing per year at a rate of 10%. So it's a quite high number of students that are appearing with Human Geography as a subject. Now, when they are trying to judge you for Human Geography examination, what are they basically trying to find out from you? Okay, so here are some of the things that the examiner is trying to understand. First is, how can you use and think about spatial knowledge? Okay, so they are trying to understand the spatial knowledge or the knowledge of maps that you have. So you must be very, very good at knowing addresses, okay, knowing locations, and basic physical and political parameters on the map. Okay, the next thing in Human Geography that is very important is you must be able to understand and interpret the associated phenomena. So if there is a cyclone that has recently hit the coast of United States of America, okay, there can be a probability that you are asked a question which is associated to the phenomena which is affecting the human behavior in that region. Okay, so these are the kind of questions that are usually asked in Human Geography. The next thing that they try to understand is your ability to interpret and recognize the different scales of relationships. Okay, so you are trying to understand the relationships here between the various patterns and processes that are occurring on the nature. The next thing that this examination tries to understand is what is a region and if you can demarcate a region or evaluate the process of regionalization. The next important thing that you would be trying to understand here is to analyze any kind of interconnections between various places. So if there are two places, they are connected because of some reason. What are the basic reasons that there is a communication between place A and place B? So these are the various things in human geography that is important. Now, some of the theories that are highly emphasized in this examination is first the von Thunen model that you must and must know. The second is the Weber's theory of industrial location, the Christaler's theory of central place. Okay, so these two theories you must be on your tips. Okay, based on these three theories, you can have a kind of application-based questions, and these are also important for free response questions. Okay, now just a broad introduction on the topics that are covered under this human geography. So these are the topics that are covered under human geography. First is geography, its nature and perspectives. That is a very basic topic. The next is population or demography of a region. So you have all the population pyramids, the Malthus theory, the Marx theory on population. The cultural pattern and processes are very important, where we will talk about migration. Under the political processes of space, there are the important theory, that is the Ribland and the Spikeman theory. That is important. Okay. Then you have the concept of agriculture and rural land use. So you'll talk about the agricultural areas or the rural areas, and then you'll come on to the city and the urban areas, and finally the industrialization and the economic growth. So you'll have the Rostow's model. Okay. So these are the kind of models that are important, and the topics that are very, very important, or that are the essence of the human geography coursework. Now, for multiple choice questions, nearly all the topics have a weightage of around 13 to 17% for multiple choice questions, except for the first topic, geography, its nature and perspective, which comprises a lesser section, that is around 5 to 10% of the MCQs are asked from this section. Most of the free response questions are asked from the like it varies from topic to topic, but political organizations, whenever there is a kind of political instability in the system, the political section becomes important. So political, cultural, industrial, agricultural, and urban topics. So the last topics are very important for free response questions. Okay, so this is a basic of understanding what is AP examination. So we have talked about AP examination, why we need to prepare for AP examination, what are the benefits that you can achieve for appearing with AP examination. Then we have talked about which of the major universities give you good stand with AP Human Geography score. Okay, then what to prepare for multiple choice questions and free response questions. What is the weightage for each section in this examination. So we have discussed about the various concepts of AP in Human Geography and the techniques to score a 5 in AP Human Geography. Hope you enjoyed this session. The individual classes for AP Human Geography have been discussed. We have covered the complete syllabus for AP Human Geography in this channel. So stay tuned for each of the sessions. Have a good day ahead.